Okay, so hey guys, Shamar Garfield here, and welcome back to my channel. Have you ever wondered why it is that so many people around the world use an Android device? Like, Android devices are the most used operating system in the world. And why is that so? Well, I can't really speak for the entire world, but it's safe to say that because of the customization or the customizability of Android devices and the Android OS, as well as the freedom which it offers and the hardware itself, you can say these are all benefits or reasons as to why people would choose an Android device. Now, I was an Android user, and so I'll be giving just seven reasons as to why I think that you should use an Android device. Okay, so starting it off with reason number one, Android devices are highly customizable. So when we're talking about customization, we're thinking of, say, the home screen. So Android devices allow for you to move around certain apps on the home screen and place them where you want them to be. This can also be done with a launcher. You can actually change the way how your home screen of your phone looks, and so Android really does allow and support the launchers and the customization of the phone. Many people love the customization. I, for one, love the customization on Android devices, and I love the fact that you can move them around and not have apps shift back to their place. You can place your apps in a L shape, a H shape, whatever shape you want, and just lay them out to your own liking. And to me, that's a really good benefit of using an Android device. And also, on some Android devices, you can also change the font. So, say for example, Huawei and Samsung devices, you can actually change the font style, and so that's also a really cool feature of the Samsung devices and other devices of the sort. And yeah, it's a really cool feature. I like the customization on Android devices, and it's a really good reason as to why someone should get one. So number two is the freedom which Android devices allow. So essentially what this means is that you can actually, unlike Apple devices, you can actually go onto a web browser and download things from that web browser. So you can download pictures, you can download video files, music files, APKs. Many people love this feature, and I for one really like that about the Android devices. I really like the fact that you can take a picture and copy a link from say an Instagram post and then put it into a website, and then you would get a downloadable link to download that video, and then it would be saved to your device's gallery. And also there are less restrictions on music, so you can actually get music files from different websites and they'll download and be saved to your music library. And that's also a really good benefit of using an Android device. And it's a really good feature of Android devices. And it's not to go without saying that Android does prompt you before downloading certain things. So especially in the case of apps, it actually prompts you and says like an unknown source warning, and then you can click the OK or cancel. And yeah. Number three is the wide variety of apps and the easy get-arounds to get in certain apps. So on Google Play Store, there are actually a variety of apps on Google Play Store, many of them from all kinds of app developers, and it's a really good thing, especially when you just want a random game to play, and you may not really know what game is in your head, but because of the variety of apps on Google Play Store, you can just go on Google Play Store. It recommends apps all the time, and you download the app that you think might be fun or it looks fun. And another feature about the whole variety of apps is that the variety of apps can actually extend beyond Google Play Store. You can download secondary app stores and download them from there They're also called third-party app stores, and download certain apps from there. You can go on websites and install APKs. So say you want to play a certain game, and then that game has a certain feature that needs to be unlocked or something like that. Or you have a certain app that you want to play, but the app is not available on Google Play Store for some reason. You can actually go on a Google Chrome browser, and then you can download the APK from there and install the app on your phone. And that's a really cool feature of Android. I really like it about Android. So that's definitely a plus, the wide variety of apps that are available for the Android devices. And number 4 would be the variety in phones that are running the Android OS. So with that, you actually get a number of options to choose from. Whichever brand you like is actually still carrying Android, and if you're a big Android fan, you don't have to worry about it being exclusive to any one device. You can go out, you can get a Samsung, you can get a LG, you can get a Huawei, you can get a OnePlus, you can get a Pixel, and all of those devices are running Android, and that's a really good thing, because then you would have variety options and things to choose from, instead of having to go for one specific device model that everybody might have. And so that really gives some diversity, So yeah, that's going at number 4. Yeah. So for number 5, Android devices do depreciate in cost over time. But that does not mean that, by no means means that the quality of the device deteriorates. What happens is, for some reason, Android devices do not really hold their cost value that well, but that does not depreciate the experience value from the phone. So you can get an S9 right now for set amount of money, and that might be a little cheaper than, say, an iPhone 8, which might have which came out a whole year before the S9, and still that phone is more expensive than the S9. But that doesn't mean that the S9 is any less better than the iPhone 8 Plus. But it really is an advantage, because when you look at it, you're getting greater quality for a lesser price. And just because the value in cost has gone down over time, that doesn't mean that the phone is a bad phone. It just means that it doesn't hold its cost value very well. But that's how it is in the world. That's how it is when Apple makes certain premium phones and people go for it all the time, and there's a little bit of a stigma around it. But yeah, so that's a plus of Android devices. They do not retain their cost value very well, but they do retain their quality very well. And number 6, I'll have to say the pre-installed apps that come on Android devices, the pre-installed Google apps, are very helpful. I love that about Android phones, the fact that you don't have to go to the Google Play Store to download all your Google apps at the start of using your phone. There are the pre-installed apps such as Google Drive, YouTube, Gmail, Google Play Music, Google Play Movies and TV, other Google Play apps, and all of these, Google Photos, all these things are already installed on the Android devices, and so it really eliminates some of the tediousness of having to go to Google Play Store and downloading those apps like what we have to do on Apple devices, because everyone uses Google. Google is very helpful, and it's one of the top most resourceful apps to use. So I'd have to give Android a really big thumbs up for that one, and having the apps already pre-installed on the phones, that's definitely a benefit of using an Android device. So don't take it for granted, Android users. And for number 7, I have to say universal chargers for Android devices. So because so many Android devices nowadays are coming out with USB Type C, it allows for Android users across the platform to use the same chargers. So a charger that came with a Samsung phone can actually be used with an LG phone or a Pixel phone or a OnePlus phone, and really it's convenient. And unlike the Apple chargers which use lightning, and those chargers are only used with Apple devices because Apple is somehow exclusive, you have to make sure that when you're ready for charge, you have a Apple user close by, or else that for you. But yeah, I'd have to say that that's definitely a benefit of using an Android device. And so that's reason number 7 of why I think that you should use an Android device. But I'm not gonna end the video right there. I actually got some responses from some of my contacts who use Android devices, and I'm just gonna pull up what some of them say as to why they use the device and why they think it's beneficial. Okay, so some of them who I questioned and surveyed gave a pretty common response, and out of all of them, the most common response was the freedom of customization that Android devices offer to the user. And yes, that's a really good benefit, and it's interesting to me how many people really love that about the device. And it kind of does go without question that that's at one of the top features of Android devices that many people love. So I'll say the responses now. So one of the contacts said that the freedom that it allows for downloading and customization is one of the best benefits of using an Android device. So another one said that it's very customizable, and he's already integrated into Google's ecosystem, which he loves to be in, and so he finds it hard to actually leave Android's side. Another one said that it's the freedom that he has on the Android device that is limited on the iPhone. One of them said that she originally wanted an iPhone, but because of the expandable storage, the camera quality, and the display on the Android, she actually likes using an Android, and she is really satisfied with her device. And yes, all these responses are very interesting, and I can't argue with any of them. Those are valid responses because they are people's opinions. And so yeah, it's really cool. I wanted to just let you guys know and have another perspective on the whole matter. So so just to reiterate the reasons why I think that you should use an iPhone: it's highly customizable, it offers great freedom, the wide variety and easy get-arounds for downloading apps, the variety in phones that are running the Android OS, and the cost, it depreciates over time but retains its quality. Many people like the pre-installed Google apps and the universal chargers, which allow for different Android users from different brands to all share power. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please check out the previous video that I did on iOS devices and why I think that someone should use an iOS device. That's a really interesting video and I really liked it. It's kind of like this Android version, and yeah, it's just to level up the playing field, you know. And I'm not biased against anything, I'm not biased against any device. I used to own an Android device, and now the Apple device is my main driver, but that does not mean that an Android device is by any means inferior to an iOS device. They are just different operating systems, and both of them are great in their own way. And I just wanted to say that and put that out there. And guys, thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, see you next time.